Ouch.
Yeah, I watched the movie. She's gonna record it for a YouTube
Kyle,
channel.
nice to meet you, man.
How are you?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. All right, let's just start here with the track. It seems to really fit your driving style. Obviously, you won here yesterday, you got an ARCA win, so just kind of talk about this track and how it kind of suits you.
Yeah, it's a different racetrack. There's nothing else on the schedule that's like it. So I think that's kind of a reason why it may suit me. It takes a lot of rhythm and technique through different corners. So I don't know. I really like it. It's not your typical track where you sit around up front, where it's right around the top. This place you kind of run around the bottom, but it's difficult. So I enjoy it.
Is the Xfinity Series still a confidence booster for you, or is it just more on-track time?
It definitely helps with confidence, but mostly on-track stuff. I can always learn a little bit from the race that will help for Sunday. So that's the biggest takeaway from it. But if you run good, the confidence is another booster as well.
Right. The aero package, if you were to give it a grade 1 out of 10, what would you give it? It seems to be fitting you. I know you love the loose cars, so a grade.
I don't like loose race cars, but the racing has been better. So I would maybe give it a 7.5 out of 10. There's always room for improvement, but the racing's definitely been way better this year, I think, than any year I've been in it. You've seen lots of close finishes and cars running up front together, being able to pass for the lead and stuff like that. So I think the racing is pretty good.
What do you think about the Michigan changes for next week?
It'll be cool. It'll be interesting. They've taken more downforce off yet, so like I said, the racing's been better this year. I think last year you could see with the high drag that NASCAR came out with, that was definitely probably a 1 out of 10 on the scale of the racing. So I don't think it'll be any worse than what we have right now, and hopefully it'll be better, and we can go even further than that to make the racing better.
Explain the recent gains on the racetrack. The month of May was, it was a pretty good month for you. And do you really see any changes in the team that really sparked that sudden peak on the racetrack?
Yeah, I think you're right. The last probably 6 weeks have been pretty good for us. We've got lots of speed. Just been, I think, putting everybody's brains together to come up with smarter ideas. How to get more downforce and stuff like that. So I think we just made really big gains on the bodies of the race car, and Chad and I have now gotten to work together for a quarter or a third of the season. So we're gelling a little bit better, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, you just talked about Chad. How have you guys been getting along? How's it been going so far?
Good. I really enjoy working with Chad. He's really smart. He's a engineer, but he's also smart enough to know the racing mechanics behind it. So I like him a lot. He's really smart, thinks outside the box, and he's a good guy to work with.
Yeah. What do you think about Rob Kaufman being part of the team? Have you seen him bringing stuff to the team, or has it not been too big of a difference so far?
It hasn't been too much of a difference, at least from where I sit. I'm sure on the business end of things, it's been a lot different. But I like Rob a lot. He understands racing very well. He's a huge car guy, so he's a good guy to have around. Understands racing, so that's an important part.
Explain the camaraderie in the garage area for you. You know a lot of the drivers, Danica, Ricky. You guys get along well. So how's the Sprint Cup Series suited you in the last since you joined 2 years ago?
Yeah, I enjoy it. As I've been here longer, it's easier to walk up to people and talk to them just about random stuff. Having a son, a lot of the drivers have kids now, and that gives you something to talk about. So it's fun. Like you said, Ricky and Danica, we get along very well. We were hanging out with them. We were at the racetrack pretty much every week in the motorhome lot, and then during the week sometimes we'll hang out as well. So they're good group of people to hang out with.
Your teammate Jamie, have you guys really been able to understand each other now? Are you at that point where you really understand each other and what you guys need in the race cars?
Yeah, Jamie and I, we've worked together very well since I started in Cup. I think we have similar driving styles, a little bit different, but we can both feel the same things in the race car, and we each kind of explain it a little bit differently to help get to the fix of it, quicker. I think, with our team, there's no real ego, so, we're always trying to help each other, and I think that's the greatest thing you can have as teammates.
Right. How's dirt racing for you right now? I bet every time you go to a local dirt track, you get noticed a lot more. So how's the experience different than when you were, even just a few years ago, ever since you joined the Cup Series?
Well, when I was racing sprint cars and stuff, every week in 2013 when I started Xfinity racing, I was probably taking more pictures and signing more autographs at the racetrack than I do. I feel like when I go back now, just because I think people get used to seeing you on TV and stuff, and in the beginning it's really exciting. But now, when I go back to race, just a handful of times a year, it's not as crazy. You still take lots of pictures and sign autographs and stuff like that, but I think people have gotten those pictures and autographs, so they don't need anymore.
Go back to one point in your careers, Chicagoland 2014. You, Jeff, Harvick were racing. It was an incredible battle, impressed a lot of people. What did that do for your career at that point as your rookie season?
I don't know what it did for my career, but that was just a lot of fun racing. Those veterans that day. We probably would have won if the caution didn't come out late. But yeah, it was a good time racing those guys. I know Jeff had a good time, and Keselowski actually snuck by all of us to get the win. But anytime you can battle people that have been doing it for forever, and you beat them or almost beat them, it shows that you're capable of racing up front of you.
Compare that to, say, Bristol, the All-Star race. How has the mentality changed for you? Have you learned more stuff and how to battle for the lead, or is it still just the same desire to just go out and win the race?
Yeah, no, I definitely learn something new every time I'm out there, and I don't know, it's I'm probably a little bit more calculated and less aggressive. Still aggressive, but less aggressive, or aggressive in a smarter way. So I don't know, it's hard to say. You change every year and every week, kind of as a driver.
Yeah. Maybe a silly question, but would you have rather gotten your first win out of the way early, say, Auto Club 2014, or would you rather have, go through some losses and really appreciate when you do get it?
I'd love to have gotten the win a long time ago, but coming up close and short so many times, it's just gonna make that first win, whenever it does happen, that much more special. So, like I said, we'd love to have won a Cup race. In 2014, it came close a few times, but it'll feel great. Big relief off our shoulders when we do finally get that way.
And a final question: where do you see yourself in your career right now? Do you see yourself as a veteran who has been through those tough losses, or are you still a young driver who's still learning in the series?
No, I definitely think I'm still a young driver. I'm only 23 years old, and so I'm nowhere near a veteran. I don't think you can be considered a veteran until you're winning consistently right up front every week, and we still have some work to do that. But we've gotten better. In the 3 years I've been in the Cup Series, I've definitely gotten way smarter, a lot better at racing. So I don't think I make rookie mistakes anymore, but still got a lot of room to improve on mine.
Right. Yeah, definitely best of luck today or tomorrow.
Thanks.
So, thank you very much.
Yep.